glad that I got that validated, but I'd like to begin our conversation before we get into your world by asking 4 years ago, this pandemic really kind of shook things up for all of us. How did you get through it, and how did it change the way that you do business now?
Yeah, so I love this question because it changed everything for me. Where I am today, it's because of the disruption that COVID gave us. I was working as a wellness specialist for a big financial company here in suburban Philadelphia at that time. And in my role, I used to create training programs for their employees and facilitate workshops and fitness classes for their departments. And on top of that, I was working part-time for three other health clubs and as a master instructor for spinning. So as a master instructor for spinning, I'd go to facilitate spinning instructor certifications. I would certify new instructors who are coming in to the industry. When the pandemic hit, all of a sudden I'm at home and I realized how much I was commuting between all these jobs, right? I was spending around 4 hours daily on the road. And I just realized how exhausted I was from that. Like, when you're on the go, you're in that rut, you're in that cycle, you never realize what you're doing.
Mhm.
But as soon as I'm at home for a couple of days, I'm like, I feel better. And and being an ambitious soul that I am, I asked myself, okay, so now how can I use these 4 hours I'm saving from my commute? And the answer was easy because I'm a creator. Like, I would like to create things and I always wanted to write and maintain a blog and I wanted to be more active on social media. So I'm like, okay, there we go. I'm going to start doing that. I started my own blog on my business page. I started being more active on social media, creating content for my business, which were a big stimulus for writing my book, Unhunched, Discover Wellness Through Posture. So it all came together at the end. The second realization I had because of pandemic was that everything I was doing for these companies, I could do myself, just
Yeah.
provide those services through my business. So, because, we really did not, the corporate role that I had, they shut down their corporate health club at that time. There was nothing really for me to do. And I'm a doer too. I'm like, okay, I can't just sit.
Yeah.
What do I do? I started providing all those services through my own private business. I started a virtual gym with fitness classes. I started offering corporate workshops through, to friends' companies. I added virtual wellness coaching, and all of that turned out to be such a blessing in disguise. Now I have a profitable business, which is mostly still virtual. There are a few like in-person workshops and speaking opportunities that I handle. So it's a hybrid, I say. But that's what I was doing at that time.
Yeah. So let's go into right now in 2024. I'm going to put you in front of a bunch of third graders at career day. One of the kids says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How would you answer that child?
Oh my gosh. How do you explain to a third grader who an exercise physiologist is? Okay, hang on. I have your answer.
Okay.
Just like your, I would say to them, just like your teacher teaches in a classroom, I teach adults like your mom and dad in boardrooms and at conferences about why it's important to prioritize their health and how it helps them become better at their work. And like your teacher builds confidence in you, I build confidence in adults to become better leaders with a mind and body that functions at its best.
Perfect. You absolutely nailed it. So I'm curious, when you were in the third grade, what did you want to be when you grew up? What was your dream?
In third grade, I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Wow.
I've always gravitated towards careers that are not really mainstream for women.
Yeah.
So I just love, uh, challenging the status quo, I feel like. So in a way, like this exercise physiology field is perfect for me because a lot of women don't pursue it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that I've been able to do it and do it successfully, I really feel satisfied.
So how did you get to this point? Take me back to where you were born and raised. What were the seeds that were planted into you to have this thirst for things that aren't on the mainstream, and how you got to this point?
I was born in Northern California and raised mostly in Pakistan, where my family is from. So they moved back there. So a big chunk of my schooling and brought up is from there. And I think that's why, because I was surrounded by a culture um, where women were expected to do mostly just stuff that's become a teacher or just to live the norms. And I was like, this isn't right. This isn't me. This isn't right. When I moved back to US after finishing school, I worked as a software engineer for 6 years till the desk job took its toll on my lower back. And in trying to find a solution to my lower back pain, I switched to exercise physiology. And that's when I realized how much I just love learning about our body and how to move it, and how actually this field is perfect for me because I like to be in positions and show other women. I want to create a path for other women to follow, right? So I realized how male dominant it was. till and I didn't know that till I actually got into it. I'm like, oh, what? There are very few women over here working in this field. So that I feel like your environment has a lot to do with it. And I want women to believe they can do anything. Being ambitious, I'm just attracted to like careers that are not deemed fit for women.
So let me ask you this. Who's been a hero and inspiration? You've obviously got a lot of inspiration, a lot of energy. Who has been that inspiration or hero for you?
Oh, that's such a good question. So if I look just in my immediate circle, I would say my mentors and coaches, and I've had plenty of those, especially my speaking mentor from Toastmasters. I was a member of Toastmasters for a very long time. A lot of my speaking career actually started there, and my Toastmasters mentor always told me like he believed in me, and gave me this confidence that I have today, that I can go and speak at stages and in boardrooms. But if I was to look at the bigger picture, I always look up to female athletes and entrepreneurs. I am a long distance runner, marathon runner myself. So my first hero is Catherine Switzer. She's the first woman to run Boston Marathon. And she's my kind of like a role model because she defied all the norms and took the bold step to run the marathon when the race director was literally, pushing her off the road. And even her coach, I read her book, The Marathon Lady, and in that she talks about even her coach was like, no, I can't let you do this. You can't sign up for the marathon because women can't do that. So for me, she's a big hero. When it comes to entrepreneurship, I think Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, is one of my heroes because I can totally relate to her entrepreneurial journey. And she has set the path for women like me who come after her. So those would be my two famous, well-known heroes.
So if you could meet one person alive on the planet right now that you admire, who would you love to meet and talk to?
I would love to meet Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx.
Yeah.
I would like to know what it was actually like to go through her life journey and entrepreneurial journey, because, yeah, I just love her story.
So speaking of journeys, what is the inspiration for you every day to wake up and to do the work that you do to help transform lives, yet keep enough behind to evolve and to transform yourself? How does that work for you? What's the gas in the tank?
That's such a good question. What, what truly drives me is the desire to empower people to recognize the immense potential they have and understand that with self-belief and confidence, they can achieve anything that they set their mind to. I It's a profound belief of mine that as human beings, we are only scratching the surface of our capabilities. Like, probably within our lifetimes, we reach like 10% of our true potential. So I'm passionate about like guiding others to unlock that remaining 90%. So that's the big picture. If you really bring that lens in to my personal life, I would say that I want to set an example for my kids that you can achieve your full potential through determination, hard work. And I want to instill in them this belief that achieving greatness and achieving your true potential is within your grasp. So my drive stems from just the desire to inspire others to realize their full worth and capabilities.
So, what's the best advice you've ever gotten?
Oh, this is the advice my mentor gave me, and that is that if anyone can do it, it's you.
Yeah.
And it was at a moment when I was really doubting myself. I had to give a big speech in front of an audience, and I was like, I don't think so. Like, I am the one to be able to do it. Like, I don't know what would happen. And he said to me on the phone, if anyone can do it, it's you.
Yeah.
And those were the words I wanted to hear. I needed to hear at that time.
And now you're doing that for your clients. What's been one of your, not the best, that's never a fair question, but what is one of the clients that you've helped that really sticks out, that either made you grow or that it was just magnanimous enough that you always remember it?
Yeah. So I've helped many clients and many individuals. So there are many stories, but one of the stories that really shines among others is actually a reader of my book. She's not necessarily my direct client, but when I published my book in May of 2023 last year, a couple of months later, I received an email from a reader, and she said the words that I think any author or any coach would like to hear. And she said, as I'm reading your book, I had tears rolling down my cheeks because your story is my story. I was right there with you. And I had no idea that it's possible to have a pain-free life. So thank you for giving me hope.
Wow.
Those were her words. So I still have that email saved. And every now and then, when I'm still doubting myself, I go back and
Yeah.
take a look at it. So yeah, that is the best one that I would say.
So, of all of the things that you've done in your life so far and evolved into and coming to America and just all of the career accolades, what's the thing that you're the proudest of?
I'm proudest of building and launching my speaking business. It's
Yeah.
been such a transformative journey. It required a lot of dedication and resilience, and I'm still building it. But establishing the speaking platform has allowed me to share my expertise, share my knowledge, and share my life story. That it's possible for you. I do this because I want people to know it's an option for you as well. And it has really, like, speaking has given me the ability to be in front of wider audiences, to connect with individuals on a deeper level, and a lot of them. So the impact of my words, and it ignites like motivation in others, which is humbling and rewarding achievement for me myself, because it continues to fuel my drive and passion for making a difference to inspire other people.
So talk to me about your book. Give me kind of an abstract.
Oh, so my book is called Unhunched: Discover Wellness Through Posture. I actually have it right here.
Excellent.
And this book is, first of all, it's a story where of my pain journey. So I talk about how I was diagnosed with sciatica because I was working long hours behind the desk as a computer engineer at that time. And it talks about the importance of posture
Yeah.
and maintaining a, a good posture, why it's important, not only for our physical health, but also for our mental health, emotional health, and for our productivity. And then there's a whole breakdown of like exercises and tips and my brace posture correction model, which is breathing, relaxation, activity, and corrective exercise, which you can find in my book.
So if you were to have a dream tonight, ran into a younger version, 18-year-old version of you, you could give that version of you a piece of advice based on the life you've lived, the wisdom you've gained. What advice would you give that young version, and would that version of you listen?
Oh, the second part is an interesting one. I think she would listen, actually.
Okay.
I really wish somebody had said those words to me. And the advice would be believe in yourself and show up. That's all you need to do. You just need to have the confidence and show up, because those are the two necessary ingredients for success.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're confident that you can do it and then you show up in front of people or whatever that looks like, you're going to get it done.
Yeah. So I'm curious, if a time machine pulls up when we get off this call and you can go anywhere in human history and see one event with your own eyes, what would you love to have seen? Where would you love to have gone?
I would like to go in future for sure,
Okay.
because yeah, I'm pretty optimistic. So, and as an exercise physiologist, I would say I'm really interested right now in longevity and understanding if we can become necessarily immortals, maybe,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of work being done in that field. I would like to see how humans are living and how long they're living. So I would probably want to go 50 years ahead and see,
Okay.
yeah, we have done.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I think I'm this ambitious go-getter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a much more confident version of myself than I was at 18. And that is what is important to me, that I'm a better version of myself than
Yeah.
I was before.
So if anyone wants to get your book, they want to hire you, they want to reach out, any of the good business, where do they go?
So my book is available on Amazon and all the major retailers, Barnes and Nobles, Target. So you will be able to find it there. Just look it up, Unhunched, Discover Wellness Through Posture. And if people are interested in learning more about me, they can go on my website, www.aeshatahir.com, and I can spell it AESHATAHIR.com. And I love to connect with listeners. So I'm very active on my LinkedIn page. They can connect with me on LinkedIn and just ping me. I'd love to chat with them.
What an inspirational interview. This has been wonderful. You're doing such great work. Thank you so much for opening up kind of this portal into your world, and keep doing the great work. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it was a pleasure. And I would love to drop a sticker in the mail wherever there's an address. If you don't mind sending that, I'd love to send you, because I have stickers and stuff with that, and I will send it over.
Oh, I would love that. I love
Cool.
stickers. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, because you liked it, and I just wanted to make sure that, yeah, I got it over to you. So yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
That would
cool.
be amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And hey, good luck to the Phillies. I know the Royals are in the hunt, but I'm a little heartbroken because the last 2 years they went crazy. Like when Bryce Harper hit that home run,
I
and
know,
you know what I'm
right?
saying? It's like the hometown kid comes home, and in that crucial moment, and I just thought that they were going to do it. But the Dodgers are just crazy, just that's a whole other
I'm
story. So,
yes,
but
yes, yeah.
I think the Phillies know that, and I think their confidence and their core is good. I feel good about them. They're going to have to hit a slump, though. They can't have the Cinderella thing be win, win, win. They're going to hit a place, but I want them to come back, and I want them to do it this year. I'm all for it.
Yeah, and we're rooting for them too, and we really want them to
Yeah,
actually, yeah, do well. They did really well last season too. It's just that, yeah, we want to get the championship like this time. Like,
absolutely.
literally. Yep.
Well, the Royals and the Phillies met up in 1980, and the Phillies beat us then. So I'd be willing to go back to a World Series with Philadelphia. It'd be good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a good deal then.
I like it. We'll
Yeah,
leave it at that. It was great
yeah.
to meet you. Thank you so much for your time today. Best of luck with everything.
It was so nice meeting you, Joe.